So guys, after some days you will be attending the TCS interview. So as a TCS employee and as a technical or the educational YouTuber, my job is to help you all out in getting the job in TCS. So as a TCS employee, I am going to share my own TCS interview experience with you all so that you will be able to crack the TCS interview at a single attempt like me. And also I'll be sharing some of the sure shot TCS technical interview questions plus answers in this video so that you'll be able to prepare for the questions with the questions and the answers and attend the TCS drive or the interview with full confidence. So if you want to know more about the HR questions or the HR answers plus the how to prepare the resume for the TCS interview, I have already made a video regarding this. So it is a 30 minutes video. So if you want to watch the video, I'll be putting that link in the description of this video so that you'll be able to click on that link and watch the full tutorial on regarding how to crack the TCS technical plus HR interview and how to prepare the resume for the TCS interview. So I am requesting all of you to watch this video till the end without skipping any of its parts. So it is because it is a very important video. So now let's discuss. So before discussing further, I need to tell one thing. So you will be getting minimum of 15 to 20 days to prepare for the technical and the HR interview or the other process. So after being shortlisted for the technical and the HR round, you will be getting 15 to 20 days. So you need to divide that days or the year time accordingly. Like for preparing for the branch topics, suppose you want to take 7 to 6 days or remaining days you can prepare for the project plus programming things. So now let's discuss about the questions that will be asked in the TCS interview. So for the non-IT candidates, you will be getting or the facing 60% of questions from the branch topics. That means for the mechanical background, you will be getting the questions from the mechanical branch topics. Then 40% from the projects plus programming languages like C, Java that you have known. Then for the IT background, you'll be getting 50% or being asked of 50% questions from the branch topic plus 50% remaining will be from the projects plus the programming languages. So now then projects that you need to read or you need to mention in your resume. So you need to mention the projects that you have fully prepared with. So they will be asking you what is your final year project. So remember one thing, mention the project that you are fully prepared with or you have actively performed during your academic career. So they are not going to check or they are not going to visit your college and check the project that you have done in the final year. So I'm requesting all of you to mention the project that you have actively participated or have any practical knowledge about the project. So sometimes students or the candidates buy the project from the outside or from the vendors. So you need not to mention the project that you have got from outside. So I'm requesting all of you to mention the project that you have participated actively. Then the programming languages. So I have seen that most of the candidates overfill their resume with the programming languages like I know C, Java, Python, AWS, data structure, data science, etc. So I'm requesting all of you to mention the programming languages that you are fully proficient with or have some practical knowledge. Because the more you mention the programming languages, the more their expectations from you will be. So I'm requesting all of you to mention as less as you can. So if you are proficient with the programming languages or you have your proficiency is much more, then you can mention. Otherwise, simply put less programming languages if you don't know anything. So I'm requesting all of you, minimum you need to mention C or Java. So if you don't know Java, then still it's fine, because I have seen most of the candidates mentioning I know only basic C. It is only for non-IT candidates, because I have seen most of the non-IT candidates sit overnight before the interview and within 1 to 2 days they simply go through the online classes, copy paste the answers and achieve a certificate and mention that I have completed AWS certificate or Python or data structure, data science or algorithms classes I have attended, I have certified this. So never mention all these things, because we will not be having that much of proficiency in the online classes or the tutorials. Plus you don't have any practical knowledge. They will be seeking for the practical knowledge. For example, you can say what is the project, or you can say what is the project you have done during the online course, or during learning this technology. Or also they might ask you, like in the previous year when I attended the TCS interview, they were asking me what is the software that you are asking for the using for the programming languages. For Java I was using Eclipse. So they asked me like what is the latest version of the Eclipse, so what are the new features they have added, so what is the new shortcuts or the new functions they have added in the new version of the software. So like this they can ask you. So I'm requesting all of you to mention the programming languages that you are proficient with. So they will be asking you are proficient or you are prepared in which language, for which language you are prepared or comfortable with. So they'll be asking from that programming language only. So I'm requesting all of you to mention at least C. If you are not that much proficient, only know C, then still fine. I have seen most of the candidates qualified by only explaining or mentioning C programming languages. No problem, because after being shortlisted for TCS, they will be teaching or giving training all the new technologies. Then most commonly asked technical questions. So guys, here I will not be mentioning or sharing or explaining the branch wise topics that I have already discussed in the previous video. So if you want to know what is our branch related questions or the branch related topics that you need to prepare with, then you can watch our previous video. So I have already discussed in the previous video. Then now let's discuss about the technical questions that you will be facing with. So please pay attention. Then the most commonly asked technical questions. Tell something about yourself. This is not a technical question. Still I have mentioned because you need to write it and prepare it well, because you'll be only getting 1.5 minute to complete this or to answer this question. Then why should you want to switch into IT field? This is especially for the non-IT candidates. Then final year projects related questions. That means what is the functionality, what are the advantages of using this project, etc. etc. Then topics related to your branch that you have prepared well. So they'll be asking in which topic you are prepared with. So for the mechanical background candidates, as I belong to a mechanical background, so I told that I am fully prepared with the heat transfer. So they only asked me from the thermodynamics or the heat transfer. So no need to prepare with the all each and every topic. So it will simply take much more time to cover. Simply prepare with the single or 1 to 2 topics only. That's enough, more than enough. So for the mechanical candidates, I'll recommend to prepare with the thermodynamics or the heat transfer plus the mechanics. That means the designing Young's modulus or the etc etc. So these are the things you need to prepare with them for the branch topic. For the computer science background, please prepare with the control system. Then comfortable with the programming languages, they will be asking which programming language you are comfortable. From that programming language they will be asking. Then algorithms and the problem solving questions or the puzzles they will be asking, like reversing a number, how to know a year is leap year or not, pattern problems like upper half triangle, lower half triangle, full triangle, etc. Then array sorting, it's must. Operations on the array elements, that means adding or the reversing a array, adding the even or the odd position array elements, etc. Lexicography, finding the factorial of a number using recursion. This is must. Otherwise, they will be asking other questions from the recursion. Then concept of linked list. It is must for the CSE background candidates, computer science background candidates. For other candidates, DVMS concept little bit is important. Data structure, they asked me, do you have any idea about data structure? So that moment I had no idea about the data structure. Simply I said no, only the basics, that means definition, what is data structure, etc. I know. Then RDBMS concepts. They asked me the same question. So I told what is RDBMS, what is the advantages, what are the concepts like normalization, etc., etc. What is the relationships, that means first, second, etc. Then the string operations, this is must. So these are the most commonly, or these are the CO short questions you'll be facing. Minimum of 3 to 4 questions in the technical round you'll be facing from this only. Then the programming basics now. So basic C programming concepts they will be asking, like printf functions, scanf, percentage meaning, call by reference, call by value. This is most. Then difference between C, C++, Java, Python. So suppose you know only C and Java. So they'll be asking like what are the difference between C and Java. So why do you love Java, or what are the popularity of Java? Then what are the difference between C or Python, etc. They will be asking. OOPS concept is must, like inheritance or encapsulation, polymorphism. They will be asking what are the types of inheritance. They will be asking. So these are the common questions you'll be getting. Access specifiers like private and protected, etc. Then switch case, what are the difference between private and protected, when to use private, etc. They'll be asking. So give an example. So you need to first tell the basics or the what are the like definition, then you need to give an example. So they will be saying like write a code and give an example. So for their better understanding you need to explain the code by writing it in the pen and paper. Then switch case concepts are the other conditional statements. Exceptional handling, like types of exceptions, default exception and user defined exceptions. What are the needs of exception? Try catch. So final block, what do you mean by final, etc. Then interface and the conversion concepts. Abstraction is must. So you can skip the interface part, but abstraction is must. So what is abstract class, what is the abstract method, what are the use of abstraction? So you can prepare with this. Then method overloading and method overriding, it is a common concept. So I hope most of the candidates have knowledge about the method overriding. Then static methods. So why do you use that static method? Give an example of static method. All this you can go through the Geeks and Geek or the W3 school online. Search the static method concept in Java by W3 schools or the by Geeks or Geeks for Geeks. So by searching this in the YouTube or in the internet, you will be getting the concept. So for the technical things or the concepts or the basics, Geeks for Geeks and the W3 school is very good website to learn, or the very good platform to learn these things. Then the concept of calling by value and calling by reference. Then constructors. So what are the use of constructor or the types of constructors? They are, that means parameterized and the non-parameterized constructors. What is the default constructor in Java? That means the non-parameterized constructor. Then the deadlock concepts, difference between the continue and break. So when do you need to use continue and when do you need to use break? So these are the short questions you need to prepare in TCS. So I hope you get a clear idea about what are the basic concepts or the questions that you need to prepare with. So whenever you are facing any difficulty with any concept, so please comment in the description of the video, in the comment section below. So we'll definitely try to help you out. So this is the first tutorial video for me in the YouTube. So I face a little bit lagging, or you can say communication gap. So hope you are understanding. So if you are facing any difficulties or you can say if you are not able to understand me, please comment in the comment section below, so that I'll be able to help you personally. So I'll be putting our Telegram link and the Instagram link in the description of this video. You can connect us through the link or through Instagram and ask your doubts. I'll definitely try to help you. So thank you for watching and all the best for the interview.